Queen Elizabeth, the head of state for the entire British monarchy as well as Australia and Canada, has passed away. Continue to like this video, subscribe and hit the notification bell for updates on the royal cast. The royal family and the BBC have confirmed that Queen Elizabeth passed away peacefully. She was 96 years old. The Queen died from Balmoral, Scotland, where she had gone for a routine visit. Queen Elizabeth spent 70 years on the throne, having inherited the crown from her father King George in 1952. His oldest son Prince Charles has assumed the crown immediately without ceremony. Homequel debuts in Politics, Tech, Science, Health, Family and Education, Entertainment and Art Stories. Queen Elizabeth II has died, the 8th of September 2022, 1830 British Summer Time, updated 7 minutes ago. Queen Elizabeth II. Queen Elizabeth II, the UK's longest-serving monarch, has died at Balmoral aged 96, after reigning for 70 years. Her son King Charles III said the death of his beloved mother was a moment of great sadness for him and his family and that her loss would be deeply felt around the world. Senior royals had gathered at her Scottish estate after concerns grew about her health earlier on Thursday. The Queen came to the throne in 1952 and witnessed enormous social change. His Majesty the King said, "We mourn profoundly the passing of a cherished sovereign and a much-loved mother. I know her loss will be deeply felt throughout the country, the realms and the Commonwealth, and by countless people around the world." He said during the period of mourning and change he and his family would be comforted and sustained by our knowledge of the respect and deep affection in which the Queen was so widely held. In a statement, Buckingham Palace said, "The Queen died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon. The King and the Queen Consort will remain at Balmoral this evening and will return to London tomorrow." All the Queen's children travelled to Balmoral, near Aberdeen, and her younger sister, Princess Margaret, spent much of wartime at Windsor Castle after their parents rejected suggestions they be evacuated to Canada. After turning 18, Elizabeth spent 5 months with the Auxiliary Territorial Service and learned basic motor mechanic and driving skills. "I began to understand the esprit de corps that flourishes in the face of adversity," she recalled later. Through the war, she exchanged letters with her third cousin, Philip, Prince of Greece, who was serving in the Royal Navy. Their romance blossomed and the couple married at Westminster Abbey on the 20th of November 1947, with the prince taking the title of Duke of Edinburgh. She would later describe him as "my strength and stay" through 74 years of marriage, before his death in 2021, aged 99. To mark their diamond wedding anniversary on the 20th of November 2007, the Queen and Prince Philip revisit Broadlands where 60 years ago in November 1947 they spent their wedding night. The Duke of Edinburgh was at the Queen's side for more than 6 decades of reign. Becoming the longest-serving consort in British history in 2009, their first son, Charles, was born in 1948. Followed by Princess Anne in 1950, Prince Andrew in 1960, and Prince Edward in 1964. Between them, they gave their parents 8 grandchildren and 12 great-grandchildren. Princess Elizabeth was in Kenya in 1952, representing the ailing king, when Philip broke the news that her father had died. She immediately returned to London as the new queen. "It was all a very sudden kind of taking on and making the best job you can," she later recalled. Elizabeth was crowned at Westminster Abbey on the 2nd of June 1953, aged 27, in front of a then-record TV audience estimated at more than 20 million people. Subsequent decades would see great change, with the end of the British Empire overseas and the swinging 60s sweeping away social norms at home. Elizabeth reformed the monarchy for this less deferential age, engaging with the public through walkabouts, royal visits and attendance at public events. Her commitment to the Commonwealth was a constant. She visited every Commonwealth country at least once, but there were periods of private and public pain. In 1992, the Queen's annus horribilis, fire devastated Windsor Castle, a private residence as well as working palace, and 3 of her children's marriages broke down. After the death of Diana, Princess of Wales, in a car accident in Paris in 1997, the Queen drew criticism for appearing reluctant to respond publicly. There were questions about the monarchy's relevance in modern society. "No institution should expect to be free from the scrutiny of those who give it their loyalty and support, not to mention those who don't," she acknowledged. The Duke and Duchess of York with their eldest baby daughter Princess Elizabeth at her christening. Elizabeth Alexandra Mary Windsor was born in Mayfair, London, on the 21st of April 1926, the first child of the Duke and Duchess of York. As a 21-year-old princess, Elizabeth had vowed to devote her life to service. Reflecting on those words decades later, during her Silver Jubilee in 1977, she declared, "Although that vow was made in my salad days, when I was green in judgment, I do not regret nor retract one word of it." That same commitment to serving was made 45 years later in a thank you letter to the nation on the weekend of her Platinum Jubilee in June. The milestone was celebrated with a mix of state ceremonies and a colourful festival of all things British, as well as lively street parties. Although the Queen's health kept her from some events, she said, "My heart has been with you all." Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and hit the notification bell on this video to receive more updates on the royal cast.